Guys, welcome to Gia's 3D Print. And today the Ender 3 is very busy making a lot of frame enclosure holders for the Anycubic. And unfortunately my nozzle died, so I've been working on that. It's been quite a challenge. These are the early attempts. The pink ones basically are right at the frame. Those black ones there are moved out 4 millimeters. Those black ones are moved out 8 millimeters. I call them +4s. And then finally, what we have here is what I call a +8, which is actually 12 millimeters of distance between the frame. So the reason you need that is because you don't need quite as much on top. So on the top part, the +4s work. But on the bottom part, you need the +8s. And the reason is because the effector plate, when it swings to the side, needs a lot of clearance, as you can see in here. So that's it. Originally it went only to the edge of the plate, the base, the heated bed, and now you see it goes even further. So there's actually a cutout for the motherboard holder. It needs more distance than you think. So this used the rails as the frame. It's a pretty good idea. The only downside is you'll either have to put a little bit of Kapton tape on the bottom or make a little piece. If you really want it super airtight, I don't care, as long as it's mostly airtight. So the way this goes together is a +8, a +8, a +8 on top of it, a +8 on top of it, and then 2 +4s. Now, because I have the corner plates, those are about 6 or 7 millimeters. So the final piece, each piece is 150 millimeters high for 600 millimeters. The final piece has to be made for this design about 8 millimeters shorter, so everything will fit. The cardboard's not cut very well. And then on this side, the cords go in. The Kapton line is my first try. I realized it's better to have it higher. The best way to make this cut is just to do a straight cut all the way through and then make a triangle. And then you can just pry the boards and it'll fit in. The other thing is you have to put both boards on at the same time. So that's progressing. I'll try to show you how far away this distance is. You can see it really pulls away from the frame quite a bit. That's needed though, because it does need that clearance. There's my mess, because I've been ripping all kinds of stuff apart. And then I have some goodies. And my goodies are the, I think these are the 2208s. Finally arrived. It took about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And then I got my super cheap Zero in bright fluorescent orange ABS, and that was $10. Really good price. So things are progressing here at the ranch, and we're going to keep on working. And you can see I've been busy. What a mess, huh? That's the way it is. I cannot wait to get all this cleaned up. Let's talk about the Ender 3 for a second. Those are my custom glass plate holders. They work real well. The screws don't work well, but you don't really need them. Once you get the bed more stable and you get that adjustment, and once you get your Z-axis on the right side there, that adjustment, so that it's almost loose, but it slides freely up and down. The bed has only the most minor of wobble when you take prints off. It's nice. I still think a CR10 Mini is a much better design, but I'm liking the all-in-one. I can see having 3 of these, because my problem right now is each piece is taking 3 hours to print on this because my Kossel's out of commission. My Kossel can do it in 2 hours. On Ender 3 it's 3 hours. So if I need 4 of these just for the bottom on one side, that's 12 hours on both sides. Is 24 hours of printing. That's a lot of printing. So very quickly you can see how having a small farm of 3 or 4 of these Ender 3s is actually a good way to go. And then just get a probably just get a TiVo Tornado or a CR10 for your bigger stuff. I have a couple of those. And then the Kossel, the nozzle, everything went nuts. It's basically time to do the upgrade for Spike Lee and see if that fixes it. But I also have, I don't know where it is. I also got, finally from Anycubic, I got my new motherboard and power supply. So if I can't get this one to work, I have another motherboard to push in, and that's good. So I just don't really have the time right now to just constantly put all my time into 3D printing, and that's I got to get a few other things done this week. So you can see I've got the wiring updated more correctly on the board now, so that the top wires come out the top, and even the AC now comes out the side. That seems pretty good. The fan is just a basic 4040, and it works good. I don't know why all the fans don't seem to accept reversed lines. I tested switching black to red, just so I could get the fan cover to be on the outside, but it doesn't work. So I had to learn that the hard way. I think I rewired, because I solder and wrap and do all kinds of stuff when I do my wiring. So I think I did it 3 times. I was like, for sure it will work if I reverse the polarity, but it didn't. So I have to have it with no cover on the outside. That's a little cheesy. I'm sure there are little covers on Thingy to go fix that. All right, that's today. I have a nicer piece for the other side. And then the front is going to be plexiglass with a sliding glass lift up panel with the handle goes all the way at the bottom center, and then you slide it up basically, and that should work pretty well. This filament, Melka Pink PLA, worked really well for a while. I don't want to diss it, but I have to say I'm finding it a little, I don't know, dried or moist, or yeah, it's discount filament for sure. I did a ton of prints with it though. I actually printed the full set of braces all in pink, only to realize the clearance just was not enough on the bottom. Dang nabbit. That's how it always is, right? That's why I always like to leave my designs as draft. Also, since I'm putting about 200 hours into this, I'm probably going to set it as a pay project, just to get like $10 or something, because a lot of time has gone into this. You wouldn't believe it. I'm probably just, full days of printing for weeks to get this to work. Maybe I'm just stupid, but that's how it's been. And I have no nozzle, so I can't even test out much, but I can at least put in the new drivers and see how it goes. I need to get all this cleaned up so I can get my notebook in there and flash to Spike Lee 118, and then see if that helps. So on it goes. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Gia's 3D Print, and then hopefully have a new printer in next week to show you guys.